Cowboys versus Patriots Super Bowl may be happening, people. I know that people are going to be haters about different things. You're going to say your team is going to do this, they're going to do that. I think the Cowboys are for real. I think that with this duo, as long as they keep this whole Tony Romo madness out of it with Dak Prescott and whatever Jerry Jones' dream is for having Tony Romo in the Super Bowl, I think that the Cowboys are ready to go. Obviously, the Patriots are without Gronkowski, but I really do see this happening. I don't know. It seems weird, but let's go ahead and jump into the Week 16 Monday Night Football NFL recap. Lions and the Cowboys, where Dez Bryant scored a touchdown and threw his first NFL touchdown, and it was just madness. Now, I don't know why people go away from what works, and I have also been guilty of that. Whether when I'm playing Madden NFL or whatever, like if something is working, you have to teach yourself to just stay with it. Zenner, the running back for the Detroit Lions in the first half, was doing whatever he wanted. Let's just be honest about it. I thought the guy was Emmitt Smith in his prime. I don't know what was going on, but they went away from it in the second half, and the Lions got destroyed. And whatever, it is what it is. It's over. Zeke, I think he only ran for like 80 yards. It wasn't really a big day for him. I think he only needed like 258 to break the record. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk about the Lions playing the Packers next week to claim, the NFC North. And we have to try to figure out at this point right now, do we really believe that the Cowboys are going to be playing the Patriots in Super Bowl 51? Drop a like if you think that the Super Bowl is going to happen. Drop a like if you think it's not going to happen. So either way, you're dropping a like, so you're just part of the party. And if you don't think it's going to happen, tell me who your Super Bowl matchup is. Who do you think is going to be that team that goes from the NFC, that team that goes from the AFC? Just let me know, and let me know why, so I can see what you guys are thinking. Because right now, with the way the Cowboys are playing, as long as they don't rest their players or do anything to make them rusty, I think that they're all pretty much ready to go, that they can take the 1 week off of their bye. They all play full next week and be ready to go. Now, freakish injuries can occur. We saw 3 guys break their fibula or whatever. We saw Lockett, we saw Marcus Mariota, we saw Derek Carr. We saw things happen in the Saturday games on Christmas Eve that are very, very, very bad, and I hope all those players heal and get better fast. But I'm going to say this right now. You got to take chances, and when you're taking chances right now, it's all part of what you want for the ultimate goal. Now, if you know that your team is going to be rusty and not play well, if they take 2 whole weeks off or whatever amount it might be, you got to play them. You got to play them. You got to keep it going, because you have to keep this continuity between the team. Look, the Cowboys have been bad for a very long time, and the only thing that bothers me about this whole situation with the Cowboys, and I think it's mostly just talk to see what's going to happen, is the fact that they're bringing up Tony Romo. I don't believe that you mess his chemistry up regardless. I don't think that you give Dak Prescott, a young quarterback, any reason to look over his shoulder. That's just from history. That's just letting you got to make sure that you show this young man that you have confidence in him. Now, Tony Romo, I don't think he could walk on the field without getting hurt. And that doesn't mean that when he played, he wasn't a great quarterback. He just didn't do the things that were necessary in specific moments to get to that next level. If you guys all remember, he couldn't even hold down the ball for a field goal when they played the Seahawks that one time in the playoffs when they could have won, right before the whole Tony Romo era even started. So I don't really know what's going to happen. I know that he's going to have to play eventually. Even if he plays well, that's fine. He can play well and just sit down to be a backup, because I don't know if you do that to Dak Prescott right now. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. I don't hear anybody talking about Darren McFadden and Zeke. You know what I'm saying? So we need to just understand right now that the way the Dallas Cowboys are playing, they need to keep it the way that it is and not change anything. And we got to see how far it goes. Now, the Patriots are without Gronkowski, and in my opinion, that's one of the biggest things that I feel that will hurt the Patriots. But I also like the fact that they have other pieces now. Hogan is going deep. It's a lot of different things that's happening with the team. I'm pretty sure that they can game plan, and they still have Bennett, who's he's a solid tight end also. I believe that they can game plan well enough to beat any team in the AFC, and that's including the Steelers. And I'm saying that because the Steelers have been a team that throughout the season has shown different parts of what they really are. Now, they could come out and play excellent defense and make the game gritty, or they could come out and lay down. I just don't know what they're going to do. So, with that all being said, I have to, if I'm a betting man right now, I'm betting Cowboys and Patriots. That it's as simple as it is. I watched both these teams play several times throughout this 16-week period, and I just don't see. I don't see how these two teams won't meet, because no matter what happens, how bad it is, or if the game starts off a little crazy, the Cowboys have 2 losses and they're both to the Giants. We have to see what the Giants do when they get into the playoffs, because remember, the Cowboys have a first-round bye. The Giants, you know what I'm saying? Like, Eli Manning has to be, he has to be very, very productive for them to win their playoff game. And even though everybody said, you know, Eli is clutch, he's this, he's that, Eli does a lot of crazy things that is just so ridiculous that sometimes the Giants get put in a position where they can't rebound from it. If Eli doesn't score for the other team, it's very, very possible that they will play each other, that the Giants will play the Cowboys in the playoffs. Because the only thing that bothers me about the Giants is that Eli usually puts points up for the other team. If that doesn't happen, that's a high possibility. That's the only team that I can see realistically beating the Cowboys, are the Giants, as weird as it is. I know it's probably, God's probably like, yo, what the F is this guy talking about? That's the only team. They beat them twice. They're 13-2 right now. Those are their 2 losses to the New York Giants. The New York Giants has a habit of beating the best teams. They do it all the time. It doesn't make sense. They went into Green Bay. They beat on the Packers. Like, they just do whatever they want. It doesn't matter. Just look at their playoff runs. When they're wild cards, these guys just do whatever they want when playoff time comes. The Patriots now. I don't care who the Patriots play. The only problem that I thought the Patriots would have was trying to figure out how they would stop a pass rush of the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos are eliminated. You know what I'm saying? Steelers, I think they have a decent game plan for the Steelers. Looking at the other teams that have made it, I don't really think anybody else is even formidable enough to do anything. Kansas City Chiefs, look, I'm being honest with you. The Patriots are built, and whether they're doing Spygate or whatever, you guys want to make up stories about what they're doing, they game plan very well for every opponent. I do not see any way possible that there's a team in the AFC that are beating the Patriots, even without Gronkowski. I just don't see it. Maybe somebody here that's that's another fan of another AFC team, the Chiefs, the Steelers, can convince me. Maybe there's another NFC team out there that could beat the Cowboys. I need to hear what you guys have to say. Leave it in the comments, because I'm telling you right now, I just don't see how it's going to happen. I've watched these teams thoroughly play throughout the year, and all you guys can be, oh, bro, but you didn't see this. Bro, listen, shut up. All I'm telling you right now is look at the teams. Whether it's unfair, it's fair. The Cowboys' old line, whatever your excuses are. These 2 teams right now are the best teams in the NFC and the AFC. Point blank, hands down. It's period. Regardless of what you say. The numbers matter the most. Look at their records. They're the best team. I'm just telling you, but I'm looking at the way that everything is shaping up. And I've been saying this for a while, that the Cowboys, since mid-season, I'm like, what the hell's going on with the Cowboys? How do they look so good? They haven't looked this good in forever. As long as Jerry Jones doesn't find a way to screw this up and try to put Tony Romo in miraculously in the first playoff game, or do something crazy like bench Dak Prescott, or listen, because we all know that Jerry Jones is the real coach. Let's not fool ourselves and act like, the dude Jason Garrett is out there doing anything. He's just running around doing whatever he's supposed to do, and that's it. I'm going to let you know this right now. As long as the Cowboys stay out of their own way, they will be going to the Super Bowl. Once you get to the Super Bowl, it is what it is. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? We can start talking about that later. We can all have the debates later and figure out what we're doing at that point very much later on. But right now, I'm predicting Cowboys versus Patriots Super Bowl again. I predicted this weeks ago, maybe a month ago. It doesn't really matter. I'm predicting it again solidly after watching last night. Because as long as this team doesn't rest, as long as you don't rest the Cowboys, as long as you give them just a 1 week off, let them play next week as much as they can. Put Tony Romo in just to see how he's looking. Maybe you can sell him to another team by his performance, whatever like that. Don't threaten Dak Prescott's starting role. Leave Zeke and leave the chemistry going. Cowboys are ready to go. Patriots, we all know that's probably the best coach team in football. I want you guys to let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Keep in mind, you can download these recaps and a lot of other podcasts that I do on Android, iTunes, iHeartRadio. Go to my website, GmiasWorld.com. While you're there, buy a t-shirt, get it for your girlfriend. I got other things too, like teddy bears and things that, females might like in the store. Just go ahead and click that link with the t-shirt on the top right. Definitely subscribe to the channel, drop a like, leave a comment, share this, and let me know what you're feeling. Cowboys and Patriots Super Bowl, baby. One love.